Welcome to this short video about the Town of Halton Hills Public Art Banner Project. This video has been produced for Culture Days, a month-long national celebration of arts and culture. I'm Judy Daly, curator of the House and Gallery, and today joining me is artist Ingrid Mayrhofer. She'll talk about the Banner Project and we'll see demonstrations of her technique. Ingrid Mayrhofer is a visual artist, curator, arts educator, and community arts practitioner. She was born and raised in Austria and later attended George Brown College and York University, where she received her BFA and MA degrees. She has shown her work in many Canadian and international venues, and in 2019 exhibited a multimedia installation after Krieghoff at the Aurelia Museum of Art and Art History. In 2017, the town of Halton Hills embarked on the development of a public art master plan, establishing policies and an advisory board to guide the planning and implementation of works of public art in the community. Public art is a work of art, permanent or temporary, that is accessible to the public. Works of public art are commissioned, acquired, or donated to the town. For the town's first public art undertaking in 2019, a banner project was commissioned through an open call to artists from across the country. The theme selected by the advisory board was sustainability, and artists were invited to submit work in any medium responding to that theme. Ingrid Mayrhofer's proposal, After Nature, was selected by an advisory committee, and the series of banners was displayed in several locations throughout the town of Halton Hills from February through June 2020. Ingrid, could you talk about what drew you to that theme of the banner call?
Sure. Thank you, Judy. I was particularly drawn to the idea or the challenge of visualizing a sustainable future versus a present, which I'm convinced is not sustainable socioeconomically nor environmentally. And that challenge also resonates with my studio practice and art practice when I think about the impact that the studio has, even though we try to use environmentally friendly inks and other materials, we still have a lot of contamination going back out into the environment. And also the lack of sustainability of our economic situation as artists, which has been made worse now with COVID-19. It has always been difficult for artists to make a living just with their studio practice. So looking at it more, from my pessimistic point of view, I was looking at my series of the endangered species, and though that's the series of holographic prints on which I based the banners. And what I like about the banner idea was that it could be read from either side. You could start, with the first print, or you could start with the last print. And so whether you start with the cockroach or with all the species looking very beautiful in their habitat, it's going to be up to the viewer to pick that image of the future that they want to look at.
And Ingrid, we note that you created your work in print media for the banners, holograph print specifically. We're seeing some images here of how that technique is done, inking the plate, etc., and placing the materials. What draws you to printmaking as opposed to a direct method of working, such as painting? And do you conceive your works first in other media, such as drawing or painting?
So there are a number of reasons why I like printmaking, and one of them is that it defies the cult of originality that we inherited from modernism, and that there are certain mysteries in printmaking because it starts, with the concept. Sometimes I have a sketch, but sometimes I work with just a found object, a piece of cardboard that was on the street. And then for me, there's a mystery when I ink it up, how it's going to look. It's never really that predictable. It's not like making a sketch and then painting out the sketch. So I don't have necessarily all those preconceived notions. And as you see in the demonstration there's also the plate gives me a reverse image. So there's the mirror effect in it. And so those are all these little marks that I see in a print, and they may not be visible to every viewer as much as they are to a printmaker, but I still like the fact that they they have that mark of the artist's hand in the plate, and that each print is going to be slightly different.
So Ingrid, if I may, I think that was one of the key things for the committee in selecting your work, was being able to see in it the presence of the artist's hand and those subtleties in the printmaking process. Thank you, Ingrid, for sharing your insights with us. To find out more about the town's public art projects, please visit our website.